and everybody else can join afterwards. Okay, good morning, everybody. Ohayou gozaimasu. What we're going to do today is have a good look at the mass form of verbs. So the form in which we normally talk to each other if we're having a generally polite conversation. So we'll do a little bit of refresh from last week. Hi, John. Morning, John.
Morning.
Let's look at this. So if you remember from last week, all our verbs, when we're learning Japanese as a foreign language at least, are divided up into these three groups: Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3. Group 1 is called regular, although it's quite complex, really. Group 2 is also called regular, which is very easy to change, and Group 3 is called irregular. And Group 3 only has two verbs in, kuru and suru, to come and to do. And if you remember, I said that even though most of the time when you're learning Japanese as a foreign language, you start off just learning the mass form, ikimasu, tabemasu, this is actually going to come back later and cause problems for us in terms of learning load. We're going to always start off by learning the infinitive, dictionary, plain form, okay? And then we'll convert it into the mass form or the imperative form or whatever we want to do. But we'll memorize all of our verbs in the infinitive, dictionary, plain form. We also learnt that in the present tense, the verbs are a little bit like the state verb des, so des meaning it is or I am, in that in the present tense affirmative, it's masu, like desu. In the present tense negative, it's masen, like dewa arimasen. Past tense affirmative, so something, if I did something or I ate something, this is mashita, like deshita. And then the past tense negative was, for verbs, is masen deshita, but the state, I was not, is dewa arimasen deshita. Okay, so they're quite similar in the way that they finish. Everybody okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so principally, guys, as we start to look at verbs in a little bit more detail, as much as possible, I want us to be referring to the hiragana chart, or this could equally be the katakana chart. So in modern Japanese, all the syllables are arranged in this kind of alphabet. So this is the first line of the alphabet. This is just purely the vowels, a, I, U, E, O. And then the final sounds are repeated for ke, kakiku keko, sashi suseso, tachi tsuteto, nani no no no, ha hi fu heho, ma mi mu me mo. And then in the Y column, we only have 3 syllables in this day and age: ya, you, yo, radidu redo, and then we've only got 2 in the W column, wa and o. So although this is written wo, it's only pronounced o. And we only use it in one place in Japanese language, which is to mark the object of a transitive verb, which we'll come to later. Don't worry too much about it. And then finally, we have okay, the N. Any questions, guys? Okay, if you want to try to memorize the order, then there's a song which we will certainly have a go at in a few weeks' time, which is to sing the first syllable of each column to the tune Frere Jacques. Akasata nahama yarawa. And it seems to be a lot easier to remember this in some kind of context than just trying to memorize it. Okay, right, so let's look first at Group 1 verbs, which should be coming up. Okay, let's go back a little bit. So we're looking at Group 1 verbs. So when we look at the end of any Group 1 verb, we will notice that it finishes either with u, if the penultimate letter happens to also be a vowel, ku, su, tsu, nu, yu, mu. There aren't any yous actually, and ru. Okay, so any group 1 verb is going to finish with a suffix in the u line. Okay, and then if we want to make it into the mass form, into the polite form, the one that we normally use, we simply jump up 1 line to here. So if we take an example, ow, to meet, well, the last syllable is the u, which is here. So I'm just going to put on my red pointy thing, just a second. The last syllable is the u. So we go up 1 line to e, and then put mass on the end. So ow becomes a, I, mas. Kaku, to write. So we're here, kaku. So the ku moves up to ki, and it becomes kakimas. Osu, to push. We're here. So we move up to oshimas. Tsu, for matsu, to wait. We move up 1 line, becomes machimas. Shinu, to die. Nu becomes ni, shinimas. Yobu, I know that this is fu, but there are no verbs that end with fu. There's only verbs that end with bu, which still fall into this kind of column. Fu becomes he, so bu becomes be. So yobu becomes yobimas. Yomu, yomimas. Kaeru, to return, becomes kaerimas. Is that all okay, guys? Any questions so far? Good.
Just quick question, sorry. With she, slightly on a tangent, someone said to me that and I was very dubious of this, but they were trying to convince me that the Japanese don't say the sh sound, she, and that it's z.
So no, that's not quite true. There is no C sound in Japanese. So if you try to get it's quite difficult for Japanese people to pronounce the word taxi, and they will usually, if they haven't learnt English as a foreign language, they will say taxi. And it doesn't matter if you grab them by the lapels and shake them, they won't pronounce it taxi. A lot of people actually have not even learnt to make the mouth shape to be able to pronounce it as taxi. So it's definitely she.
Yeah, she, but not C.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. They can't pronounce C. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, some can. Some, especially those who have learnt English as a foreign language, they gradually develop the mouth shape to be able to pronounce it. But it's quite.
Convinced me there was no shin, like shin would be zin or.
No, it's not true. No, they definitely pronounce it she.
If I've been mishearing something for 40 years, I don't know.
I mean, think of the kata shihogiri. Nobody, exactly. Yeah, they don't pronounce it jihogiri. Yeah, no, it's not true. It's not true. Yeah,
I'm always chidori, not sidori.
Exactly. Yeah. It's quite weird that you'd think that if you could pronounce the word sa, then you should be able to pronounce the word si. But if you just haven't learned to make the right mouth shape, then it's clearly quite difficult. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Yanis, go ahead.
In the bu column, the yobu is when we change it, we do it yobi or yohimas.
In this one here, you mean?
No, in yobu.
Oh, yobu. So this becomes yobimas. Yobimas. Yeah. So there are no verbs, as far as I know, that finish with fu, but there's only this character fu with 2 dots next to it, which makes it bu. Yeah. So it becomes yobimas.
Thank you.
Does anybody know the name of the 2 little dots on hiragana to make it hard?
Umlaut.
I don't think so. No, I'm not sure. I can't remember the name. There is dakuten. It's called dakuten. That's it. So these two little dots which harden syllables like hu or su into zu, they're called dakuten. Yeah. Anyway, that's beside. Okay, everybody okay so far? Okay, so you also saw that there's this verb here, oyogu. Again, this is a softening or a hardening, I'm not sure, of ku. So oyogu means to swim. This would become oyogimasu, oyogimasu. Basically, we change the u sound into an e sound in any case. But we have to remember that su doesn't become si, becomes she, and tsu does not become thi, it becomes chi. Yeah, I think, oh, and of course, fu doesn't become he, we only have bu. Okay, let's look at the easier group 2 verbs. Group 2 is very, very easy. Every group 2 verb finishes with ru as the suffix. And to turn it into the mass form, we simply take off the ru and replace it with mas. Any questions? Cool. So taberu, to eat, becomes tabemasu, as simple as this. Kiru, which means to wear something, simply becomes kimasu. So we just remove the ru and put mas on at the end. And then the last group, group 3, we just have to remember these two because they almost completely transform into a different word. So suru, meaning to do, becomes shimasu, and kuru, to come, becomes kimasu. There's nothing else that we can do except learn all of the transformations of the group 3 verbs. Sorry, I saw somebody copying out. Carry on. Any questions, guys? Everybody happy? Tick. Wave your hands to show you're happy. Happy. Good. Okay, let's move on to doing some exercise, shall we? So these are, I think, probably among the most commonly used verbs. I might have missed out a few, but I wanted to get some examples from all the different groups. So let's, what I'd like us to do is to take it in turns and convert these into the mass form for each one. Okay, so I'll ask each of you in turn. If you guys can keep yourself muted if you're not answering, but please answer out loud, verbally, the answer when the other person says it. Okay, so we'll start with Zandy. Can you do the first one? Owl, to meet. You're muted, Zandy.
There we go. Owl to me is owie. No, I'm not there 100% yet, to be honest.
Okay, that's right. So this last little
you
becomes an E.
what it converts to.
It converts to E.
Oh yeah.
This becomes a E.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought I did tried that, but I didn't think I pronounced it. I.
Yep.
Or
I. Just I. Yeah. So if you think of these two sounds, a and E. They become I, don't they? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, got it.
And then mas at the end. So
I must. Yes. Okay, yes.
Okay,
I must. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Good.
I'll keep up.
Okay. And Oliverio, number 2, iku, to go.
Ikimasu.
Ikimasu. Good. Okay, guys, you'll notice that I have marked iku, taberu, suru, and kuru with blue. This is because what I'd like you to do is to at least remember the transformation of those 4 verbs. If you remember how these verbs transform, how they conjugate, then it's the same for the rest of their group. So all group 1 verbs transform the same way as iku. All group 2 verbs transform the same way as taberu. And then you have to memorize, of course, group 3, suru and kuru. So try to make sure you remember iku is a group 1, taberu is a group 2, and then suru, kuru. Just memorize these 4 most of all. Okay, Beatrice, how about number 3, kiku, to listen or to ask?
Kikimasu.
Kikimasu, good. Tombo, number 4, kaku, to write.
Kakimasu.
Kakimasu, good, yes. Norbert, oyogu, to swim.
Oyogimasu.
Excellent, oyogimasu, good. Gilles, hanasu, to speak.
Ananimas.
One more time.
Anasu, anashimasu.
Yes, exactly. So the whole verb is, one more time, please.
Sorry?
Can you say it one more time, please, the whole verb?
Okay. Anashimasu.
Hanashimasu, good, excellent, thank you. Nathan, osu, to push.
Oshimasu.
Oshimasu, good. Stefan, matsu, to wait. You're muted, Steph.
Masu, mashimasu.
One more time, Steph.
Masu, where am I? Matsu, mashimasu.
So machimas. Machimas.
Oh, chi.
I'm just.
Chi is
Oh,
chi.
yeah, exactly. Thanks, Harry. Roberto. Sorry. Scapini. Motsu, to hold. You're muted, Rob.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes, please.
Oh, sorry, mochimasu.
Mochimasu. Yes, good. Roberto, shinu, to die.
Shinu. Shimasu.
No, the
No.
u becomes e. So this becomes.
Shinu. Yobimasu. Shinu. Shimasu. I don't know.
Okay,
Shinu.
let's look up here a second. So
Shinu.
with nu,
Ni.
we move up to ni. Yeah. So this becomes.
Shinimasu.
Shinimas, exactly. Shinimas. Good.
I should the first time Shinu. Sorry.
That's all right. That's okay. Shinimas. Yes, good. Balint, yobu, to call.
Yobimasu.
Yobimas, good. Sam, asobu, to play.
Asogimasu.
Asobimas, good. John, yomu, to read.
Yomimasu.
Yomimas, good. And Yanis, sumu, to live at.
Sumimasu.
Sumimas, good. Oliverio, kairu, to return.
Kairimasu.
Kairimasu, good. And then, sorry, just a second, I'm just going to move the window a bit. And then Beatrice, hairu, to enter.
Hairimasu.
Harimasu, good. Okay, no, not a big problem with group 1 verbs. Let's do group 2 then. So just remember that group 2, we remove the ru and just put mas at the end. So tombo, taberu, to eat, becomes
Tabemasu.
tabemasu, good. Norbert, deru, to exit.
Demasu.
Good. Gilles, ageru, to give.
Agemasu.
Good. Nathan, akeru, to open.
Akemasu.
Good. Steph, iru, to be.
Iru, imasu.
Yes, good. Imas. Harry, miru, to watch.
Mimasu.
Good. Scapini, miseru, to show.
Mishimasu.
Not mishimas, but
No. Misemasu.
misemas. Good. And Robbie, oshieru, to teach.
Oshiemasu.
Excellent. Good. And then finally, the group 3 verbs. So we have suru and kuru. Zandi, suru, to do. You're muted, Zandy.
Surimas.
And I'm afraid this is two that you have to remember separately.
Oh yes. Oh, can't remember.
So if I said to you, how do you say I will train? How would you say this in Japanese? Because I'm sure you've remembered this.
Can't remember the last time I trained.
Or how do you say please at the beginning of kendo practice? To the
Onegai shimasu.
Onegai shimasu. This is onegai, meaning a request, and then shimasu, to do. I do request. That's all it means. So suru is simply
shimasu.
Shimasu. Yeah, exactly. Shimasu.
Oh, that's confusing. Yeah. Okay. Shimasu.
You're not supposed to say it's confusing. You're supposed to say, that explains why we say onegai shimasu.
But yeah, but I wouldn't have got suru out of shimasu. Yeah.
Okay.
Suru. Wow. Okay. Suru is shimasu.
Yeah. And balint kuru. You're muted at the moment, balint.
Okay, so well, I still don't know.
Okay, so suru was shimasu, so kuru might be, if that changed to an e, if su became shi. One more time.
Kimasu.
Kimasu, exactly. Kimasu. Yep. Kimasu. That's it. Correct. Yeah. I know this is there's a lot to take on board, guys. If you to go and to come almost sound the same thing. To go is ikimasu. And to come is kimasu. So it almost sounds the same way. Okay. Any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Andy, go ahead.
On group 1 on hanasu, that became hanashimasu.
Correct. Yes.
So my question is, but then on another word on group 2, my question is that it changed to a sh sound instead of a c.
Yeah, didn't we just have this conversation like 10 minutes ago about taxi?
Yeah, but I just wondered if there's a rule with some things where it's like, the screen's changed. It was
okay.
Hanasu.
Hanasu.
Hanasu. The su becomes not, your mind, you'd think it becomes C, but it becomes she.
Yeah.
There was something else in group 2 where it wasn't, it was C, it sort of remained as a sort of C sound.
This miseru.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, the rule of the comprehensive rule of group 2 is the ru comes off completely, just cut it off. So you're left with mise, and then you put mas at the end.
Oh, I think I mispronounced. I think I misheard that. I heard misimas, not mise.
No, it's misemas. And even here, oshiemas.
Yeah.
Again, we would take off the ru and just leave it with oshie and put mas on at the end. Oshiema.
Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So some extra vocabulary, guys, which I'd like you to make a note of so that we can do some more exercises, is the words for today, tomorrow, yesterday, and now. Kyo, ashita, kino, and ima. Ciao, Isa. Come stai?
It's a bit of a mess with this internet. I don't know why I'm joining with the phone and I can't see a thing because I'm having problems with my PC.
Okay, take your time. If you want to just kind of listen for the time being until
yes,
you get your PC
that's what
working.
I will be doing. Thanks.
Yes, sure, no worries. If you sort out your PC, then just let me know and I'll bring you into the class properly.
Okay, thanks.
Because I take it you can't see the screen at the moment.
I can see it, but my phone is cracked.
Oh, okay, right.
So let's say it's not very clear.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, but I'll listen in the meantime.
Sure. Okay. So, guys, just a word about the anglicization or the romanization of Japanese, I should say. So, even though this says "u" at the end, this just means that when we write it, if we want to make an extended vowel, for example, in the case of or, we extend it by writing you in Japanese, but this still only means a long or. It doesn't mean today is kyoao, it's just kyo. So that the u after an o just means an extended or sound. So today is kyo and yesterday is kino. Okay, the other way to write it is to put a bar over the top of the o when we're writing it in Romaji, but for me that takes time when I'm writing these slides, and I'd rather just write you so we know how to write it in hiragana. Okay, right, we're gonna just do some exercises now. Oh, not that. Let's turn this off. Has everybody made notes? If you want to make notes of these verbs, that'd be okay. These slides are available online if you want them. Right. Okay, now we're going to just try and memorize from memory. Right, give me a second, guys. Okay, I think we'll work in reverse order. So, Yanis, how would you say today I will meet? Today I will meet.
今日私は、会います。
会います. Good. Excellent. Now just let Robin. Good. Yes. 今日私は会います. Good. John, how about today I will go?
今日行きます。
Excellent. 今日行きます. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
Sam, how will you say now I will not listen? Now I will not listen.
I haven't made notes of listen, so.
You say you haven't made notes of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't listen and write down in that
Sure,
speed.
that's okay. So the verb to listen is kiku. Kiku.
So now ima.
Ima, yeah.
No, I haven't woken up.
Okay, so let's turn listen into just the mass form. So how do we say listen into the mass form? Kiku becomes
Kiki.
Yep, kiki, and then with a mass at the end, right?
Kikimas.
Kikimas, yeah. So this means I will listen, and then to make it into the negative, we
Masen.
turn masen, exactly. So this would be
Ima kiki masen.
excellent. Ima kiki masen. If you want to say watashi wa at the beginning, you can. In normal conversation, you wouldn't say watashi wa, but if you want to, I don't mind. Okay, good. Thanks, Sam. Balint, how about now I will not write? Now I won't write.
I'm just searching for the verb. What is writing?
It's kaku. Kaku.
Kaku. Now I'm writing, right?
Now I will not write.
I will not write. So that must be kakimasu, kaki. Kakimasen and ima kakimasen.
Excellent. Ima
okay.
kakimasen. Good, well done. Zandy, yesterday I swam. Yesterday I swam. Good.
Swam. What swam?
Oyogu. Oyogu.
Oyogimasen. Oyogimasu.
Okay, and then in the past.
Oyogimasu.
In the past form.
Kino oyogimashita.
Excellent. Kino oyogimashita. Good, well done. Roberto, yesterday I talked. Yesterday I talked. I spoke.
Anashimashita.
Hanashimashita. Good.
Hanashimashita.
Hanashimashita. Excellent. Well done. Scapini, yesterday I did not push. Yesterday I did not push.
Kino oshimasen desu.
one more time, Robbie. Somehow we've got some really massive feedback there.
Kino oshimasen deshita.
Excellent. Yes. Kino oshimasen deshita. Harry, yesterday I did not hold. I did not hold. Can you unmute yourself, Harry?
Mochimasu. Yesterday I did or didn't, sorry.
I did not.
Kino mochimasen.
And then in the past tense as well?
Deshita.
Yeah, okay, good. One more time, please.
Kino mochimasen deshita.
Excellent. Kino mochimasen deshita. Good. Steph, tomorrow, this is an optimistic one. Tomorrow I will die. Bye, everybody. I may not be here next week.
Die is what, please?
Shinu. Shinu.
Shinu. Ashita shinimasu.
Excellent. Ashita shinimasu. Good. Nathan, tomorrow I will call.
What was call?
Yobu. Yobu.
Ashita yobimasu.
Good. Ashita yobimasu. Jules, tomorrow I will not play. Tomorrow I will not play.
Ashita plays asobimasu.
But I will not. So the negative.
Asobimashita, asobimasen.
Asobimasen. Good. Yes. Ashita asobimasen. Good. Norbert, tomorrow I will not read. Tomorrow I will not read.
How was the verb read?
Yomu. Yomu.
And tomorrow.
Yes. And negative.
How was tomorrow? Because
Ashita. Ashita. It's okay.
Ashita. Yobimasen.
Yomu. So it's yomimasen.
Yomimasen. Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. Ashita yomimasen. Good. Tombo. Yesterday, I did not return home. You dirty stop out. Yesterday, I did not return home.
Kino sumimasen deshita.
So this means. This is interesting. This means, please excuse me. So kaeru means to go home.
Yes.
To go home. So the verb is kaeru.
Kaeru means yesterday? No.
No, kaeru means go home. So I'd like you to say.
Kaerimasen deshita.
Excellent. Kino kaerimasen deshita. Good. Beatrice, yesterday I did not go in. I did not enter.
To enter is hairu.
Hairu, good, yes.
Kino wa hairimasen deshita.
Excellent. Kino hairimasen deshita. Good. Oliverio, yesterday I exited. I left. I exited.
Kino de.
Good.
Demashita.
Demashita. Excellent. Kino demashita.
Demashita.
Excellent. Well done. Isa, are you good to join us now? No? A little bit longer. Okay. Rob Coulson. Today I will give. Today I will give.
Give. Ateru, is that?
It's ageru. Ageru.
Ageru. Ima. Agerimasu. Agerimasu.
So for group 2, we just remove the ru and put mas on the end. So ageru is a group 2 verb. Yeah.
Agimasu.
Yes, good. One more time. Can you do the whole sentence again, please?
Ima agimasu.
Okay. Or if it's today, it would be. So ima is now, but today is.
Oh, today. Sorry. Today. He says, looking that up.
It's cure.
Oh,
Cure. Yeah.
Kyo. Kyo agimasu.
Excellent. Cure agimasu. Do you want to join us, Kim? Do you want to join us, Kim?
Maybe, yes, yes.
Sure. Okay. So how about I will open tomorrow. I will open tomorrow.
Open.
Is akeru, akeru. And it's a group 2 verb.
Ashita akemasu.
Excellent. Ashita akemasu. Isa, you ready for us yet?
I can try.
Okay. How about this? I am here now.
In this instance, do you have to say watashi wa?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You can just use the verb.
I am here now. Oh, sounds so easy, and all I remember.
So let's start with
ima.
Ima. Okay. And then
Ima,
to exist. To exist, to be somewhere.
To exist.
Yeah.
That's the one I really can't think
Okay.
of.
So it's a group 2 verb, and the verb is iru. Iru.
Iru.
Yeah.
Okay. Iru. To exist, to be. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So now I am here, and
Yeah.
here is Coco.
Very good.
Haha, that's the one I remember. So ima Coco irumasu.
One more time, Isa. I think that was correct. It was just I'd missed the particle. Can you say again, please?
Ima.
Yep.
Coco.
Yep.
Irumasu.
Not irimasu, but as it's a group 2 verb, we just remove the ru and put mas on at the end.
Imasu.
Imasu.
Okay.
Yes, good.
So
good.
Ima, Coco, imasu.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Steph, did you have a question?
Yeah, quick question. So iru and des, how do you?
Okay, let's
what are
have a
the
look at this.
differences?
Yeah, sure. So desu means I am. So watashi wa Andy desu, engineer desu, ikiri sujin desu, chotto baka desu, nanadan kyoshi desu. So this is all about saying I am, we are, she is, it is. And iru, imasu, means it means I exist. It really means to exist. So I am here. You can't say koko desu because that means it's here. It means this is the place, koko desu. So you have to say koko, and I'm going to explain this in a second. Koko ni imasu, I am here. Yeah. So I am alive here, kind of thing. Yeah. If we have, we may as well expand our vocabulary, guys, right now, because I've actually reached the end of the lesson already. After 43 minutes, that was quick. Iru, and therefore imasu. Sorry, guys, can you all see the screen that I'm typing now? Yeah, okay. Is for animate objects. Sorry, animate beings. So this means animals and people, and also anima people, because some of people are half human, half donkey. Some of the people in my dojo are actually half human, half pantomime horse. So anima people. And if we have inanimate objects like a phone, then this is aru, which becomes arimasu. This is a group 1 verb. So this is for things not alive. Okay. So if I say there is a phone here, I would say keitai ga arimasu, which is the same as saying I have a phone in Japanese. So although this just literally means there is a phone, Keitai ga arimasu. If I've got it in my hand, this means I have a phone. Keitai ga arimasu. I'm going to sneeze in a second, guys. You'll have to excuse me. Hurry up, vaccine.
Bless you.
Thank you. Is that okay, guys? Yeah. Okay. So with the one that Isa answered, she said, so it was now I am here. So rightfully so, you can say ima to mean now, and then the word here, as you might remember from last week, is koko. This place. And then there's a space for a second, and then imasu, I am here. Now, I'm sure if any of you have done any Japanese study, then you'll know that the two challenges of Japanese are verb conjugation and particles. So almost every part of a Japanese sentence consists of a grammatical term, like a verb, a noun, an adjective, and then a part, and after these three, there is a particle. And the particle gives meaning to the word that comes before it. It gives context to the word that comes before it. So if I want to mark this place, koko, as a place that I am at, a place which is modifying the verb, I use ni when I'm using imasu. Okay. If I want to say I will go to Tokyo, then again, and if I say now, I will say ima, I'm going to Tokyo, so I write Tokyo. This is the location, the destination. Ni ikimasu. Tokyo ni ikimasu. So I mark the destination with ni. If I want to say, if I'm in Japan now, unlikely I know, and I want to say I am going to go back to England, I will return to England tomorrow, then I would say ashita igirisu, which is the funny Japanese word for Britain. Don't ask me why. Ni kaerimasu. I will return. So each time I'm taking the destination and then putting ni after it. And I can assure you, in fact, you can ask Kim, by week 10, you will be sick to death of getting confused with particles. But don't worry, everybody has this teenage pains of learning particles. We will get over it, I promise you.
Can I ask a quick question, please?
Of course, yeah, for sure.
Is it easier to think of ni as being sort of directional?
Yeah, so
Placing, if that makes sense.
yeah, so it's used in two different ways. We're now kind of jumping out of the lesson plan a little bit, but no, I want to do it anyway because it's useful. Guys, on the Facebook page for this group, for Andy's Japanese Corner, there is a section called, just a second, transitive and intransitive verbs. And I recommend that you read this because it's kind of important in Japanese. What these two words mean, transitive means that you do something, it's a verb type that you do to something else. So for example, I eat my breakfast, okay? So breakfast is the object, is the noun, and I eat, but I'm doing something to my breakfast. I drink coffee, I read a book. So these always involve, or they can involve, another object, a noun. But let's compare that to verbs like I go. Is there an object involved with the verb to go? Answers on a postcard. Do you need, is there a way that you can slip an object into the verb to go? Sorry, Harry, it's a pain, isn't it? Yeah, There is no way. So this is what's called an intransitive verb. So to go, to come, to sleep, to rest, to be somewhere, or for something to exist somewhere. These are all intransitive verbs. They don't require a separate object, or you cannot fit a separate object to that verb. So these are what's called intransitive verbs. When we are using intransitive verbs like ikimasu, kimasu, kaerimasu, imasu, arimasu, nemasu, to sleep, ukokimasu, to move, sabakimasu, to move, these all, sumimasu, to live somewhere. These are all intransitive verbs. The location or the destination, the location you are in, or the destination you are going to, are all marked with ni. So that's the rule. That's the best rule I can provide, Rob Sidoli. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Anybody not sure what I'm talking about?
Andy, I'm hesitant to ask this, but my brain instinctually, for some reason, put ima koko de imasu.
Okay, so when we have a transitive verb, when we have a verb where we are doing something to something, like eating breakfast, drinking coffee, holding a telephone, then the location where you are doing something at, rather than being in or going to, is marked with de.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So let me just summarize this. For transitive verbs, the location is ni, and for the location that you do an activity at is de, and for intransitive verbs, the destination or the location where you are or where you are going to is marked with ni. So you can kind of translate these as, but I would be careful to do literal translations, is this means at and this means to. But remember that imas, to exist somewhere, is also using ni. Oops, ni. Ni. Okay. Any questions, guys? You okay, Kim? Yanis, all good? Good, okay, excellent. We've made a lot of progress already then. So let us do some more exercises, shall we? Perhaps we can now use these particles in a certain way. So let me start with Stefan. How would you say, let me get, has everybody finished making notes? Do you want a minute more to write notes? Oh, good. Okay, Stefan, how would you say today I will go to Paris?
Yo Paris ni ikimasu.
Okay, so for foreign countries and places, the Japanese usually use the local pronunciation of the place. So Paris est Paris en japonais. Yeah.
Kyo Paris ni ikimasu.
Yes, kyo Paris ni ikimasu. Tombo, how would you say yesterday I returned to where do you live, Tombo?
Osnabrück, Germany.
Sorry, whereabouts in Germany?
Osnabrück.
Osnabrück. How would you say yesterday I returned to Osnabrück?
Kinu kaerimasu Osnabrück.
So the verb will go at the end, and then all the information will go in the middle in any order you like.
Kinu Osnabrück ni kaerimasu.
And it's in the past tense, so you would say that's negative.
Kaerimashita.
Good. Okay. Can you say the whole sentence one more time, please?
Yes. Kinu Osnabrück ni kaerimashita.
Excellent. Kino Osnabrück ni kaerimashita. Good. Norbert, how about yesterday I was here. Yesterday I was here.
How was yesterday?
Kino, kino.
Then kino koko ni imashita.
Perfect. Good. One more time.
I forget how was yesterday. Sorry.
Kino. Yeah.
Kino koko ni imashita.
Perfect. Kino koko ni imashita. Gilles, how would you say tomorrow I will go to a party? And in Japanese, party is simply party.
Ashita party ni ikimasu.
Yes, good. Exactly. Ashita party ni ikimasu. Good.
It's totally forbidden.
So, oh yeah, true. I'll call the police. Nathan, can you grab something from your surroundings, please? Like a refrigerator or sink unit? Can you tell me what it is, please? Oh, you're muted, Nathan. Hang on. Can you unmute yourself?
His name is Harry-chan.
Harry-chan. Oh, okay. So let's call it a statue for now, which is the word for statue is the same word as it is for elephant, which is zo. Zo. It's even exactly the same kanji, zo. So I'd like you to say, here there is a statue.
Koko ni zo imasu.
So it's an inanimate object, so not imas, but
Koko ni zo arimasu.
Good. Yes, zo arimasu. Right. Let me just clear this text a second, because I'm just going to correct this a sec. So when we have to at some point, guys, take a dive into particles in a big way. So for the next couple of weeks, this is going to be particle hell. But let's get started. So koko ni, so there we had the particle ni to mark the location. Zo, which is spelled this way. And then we have to have the subject marker for the sentence. So something to mark the subject of what you're talking about. So in this case, it was zo, and the subject is marked with ga. Zo ga arimasu. Okay, so one more time, please, Nathan.
Koko ni zo ga arimasu.
Excellent, good. Koko ni zo ga arimasu. Harry, can you grab something from the desk? I think there's a knuckle duster on the left somewhere. Okay. So can you unmute yourself, Harry? So do you remember what money is in Japanese?
Okane.
Okane, good. So how do you say, here there is money?
Koko ni okane ga arimasu.
Excellent. Koko ni okane ga arimasu. Isa, how would you say, actually, have you got something you can grab for me?
A thermostat.
Oh God. Let's assume that actually. Well,
no, I'm just joking. Let's say a pen.
Okay. No, let's just see what a thermostat is. It's
No, do thermostat because pen's pen and it's boring.
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's find. Thermostat is probably something like thermostat. Thermostat is, as I thought, it's thermostat.
Thermostat.
Thermostat. So th sounds in Japanese normally go to sa. So thermostat becomes thermostat.
Okay, so what should I say?
Here there is a thermostat.
Koko ni samostat ga arimasu.
Exactly. Koko ni samostat ga arimasu. Good. Thanks, Isa. Rob Scapini. Okay, so Rob, I don't want you to use something that you've got. I want you to point to me and say there is a schniffle schnaffle.
A sniffle snaffle.
Yeah. So how do you say there?
Okay.
There is a schniffle schnaffle.
あそこがアンディのカップです。
Oh,
アンディ
good.
のカップあります。
Okay, so but not a soko, Rob, because that means away from both you and me. It means somewhere else.
Because you have it そこ。
Soko, yes.
そこ、アンディのカップがあります。
Okay, can you say the whole sentence one more time, please?
そこ、アンディのカップがあります。
And what's the particle after soko?
そこにアンディのカップがあります。
Excellent. Soko ni andi no cup ga arimasu. Good. Thanks, Rob. Roberto. Chotto matte. Here's a good one.
はい。時計。very long. A soko.
Oh no, this is to me. So this is soko.
Not to me. Roma to London. Okay.
It's not so far.
Soko ni endi no keitai ga
これは携帯です。これは
時計。endi no tokei ga arimasu.
Perfecto. Excellent. Well done. Good. Soko ni andi no tokei ga arimasu. Zandy, do you want something with you or something with Harry? Go ahead.
How do you write toke?
Tokei. Let me stick it on the screen. Tokei. Oops, not that one, not that. Tokei is watch, and it's also clock. Okay, Zandy, do you want something local or remote?
Remote, fine, yeah.
Okay.
Bag.
So in Japanese, this is fukuro.
Fukuro.
Hi. Fukuro.
Koko ni.
Not koko, but where I am though.
Soko.
Hi.
Soko ni. Andi no fukuro desu.
Not des, but there is. Yeah, go ahead.
Ga arimasu.
Excellent.
So, so the question, there is that what we're doing? There is.
Yeah. So I know you just said des.
There is Andy's bag there. Just sort of seems like a weird thing to say.
No, I mean, but well, it's not exact. It sounds funny when you say it in English because you're repeating the word there. But what we're saying, let me just write this in. Soko ni andi no fukuro ga arimasu. Okay?
Yeah.
So this means there, Andy's bag exists. That's what it literally means. Now, how is that different to if I replace arimasu with des? Let's see what it does to the sentence. It kind of changes the meaning of the sentence. Andy no fukuro des. Now, this means Andy's bag. It is Andy's bag.
Right, yeah.
But then soko ni. So if you write soko ni, this now makes it awkward. If I translate this directly into English, Andy no fukuro desu.
Yeah.
Listen to this a second and see how strange it sounds in English, because it sounds strange in Japanese as well. there, it is Andy's bag. Sounds weird, huh?
Right.
If I said, there is Andy's bag,
right,
that sounds correct, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Andy no fukuro ga arimasu is the same as saying, there is Andy's bag.
Right.
But this one here, Andy no fukuro des, is there, it is Andy's bag.
Okay.
Sounds weird, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I just said, so if I wanted to say it is Andy's bag,
right,
I would say Andy no fukuro desu.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be really
I want to
specific,
say
sore wa Andy no fukuro desu.
So there is, and that
But
so I'm
that
sort of
is
making a point to say that's your bag as
exactly
opposed to the other bag.
Yes, exactly. That
but
is
then the other
Andy's
sentence,
bag.
"Soko ni Andy no fukuro ga arimasu," is there's Andy.
Exactly, there is. Yeah, yeah.
There is Andy's bag. Okay.
Exactly, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'll get the hang of it.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Is everybody okay with this? Yeah. I mean, I can think of for the translation of this into other languages, like, so for example in French it's il y a is there is, this is arimas or imas, and then se is it is or etc. So it can be translated directly into most European languages. Yeah. Okay, where were we? We were on Rob, weren't we? So I know we did Roberto, did Zandy, and Balint. Do you want to grab something, Balint? Gun? Is that a key?
It's a key.
Okay,
yeah.
So the word for key is kagi.
Kagi.
Yeah, which means key, but it also means lock as well, weirdly.
So I removed the cat.
Oh, you could have used the cat.
Okay, so kagi, right? This is the...
Yes, I'd like you to say, here is a key.
Here is a key.
Yeah.
Koko ni kagi arimasen. No. Koko ni. So the object is kagi, and arimas. I don't know.
Arimas, yeah, this is it.
Okay.
This is it. But you just have to mark the subject, the key, with ga.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time, please.
Koko ni kagi ga arimasu.
Perfect. Koko ni kagi ga arimasu. Good. Thanks, Balint. Sam, do you have something? Do you have a prop that you can grab, even if it's... Is that pliers? Okay. Do you want to unmute yourself a second, Sam? I actually translated this a couple of weeks ago.
Penchi desu.
Penchi. Ah, well done. Good. Penchi. Excellent. Well done. Penchi. So how would you say, here there are some pliers?
Koko ni penchi desu.
So this means that means it is pliers, but how do you say there are pliers? So not des, but
Brain freeze.
that's okay. So let's start off with where it is. So that would be
Here.
Yeah, which is what you said it just now, actually.
Koko.
Yep. And then koko ni, and then the thing that there is, which is pliers, which is
Penchi.
Yep. And then we mark the subject with ga. Yep.
Penchi ga.
And then exists is... Are they alive or dead, Sam? You need to check that first.
God, too many notes. No
Okay,
good
so,
pressure.
Sam, come to the screen a second. Come close to the screen. So we've actually got the kind of shape of this sentence just here. Soko ni Andy no fukuro ga arimasu. So arimasu means here is, that there exists here. So just change this sentence around to say here.
Kokoni penchi ga arimasu.
Exactly, yeah. Koko ni penchi ga arimasu. Good. John, what have you got? What props do you have there?
Makura desu.
Makura. Excellent. Good. Okay, so here I have a makura.
So, koko ni makura ga arimasu.
Perfect. Koko ni makura ga arimasu. Yanis, do you have something? You're in a workshop, aren't you? So I think you've got a whole range of dangerous torture devices. Oh, that doesn't look so torturous. Is that an orange?
Orange, yes.
Orange. So orange is orangey, I think. It's automatically say.
I think
Let me have a quick look. There's a. I know this is different if it's tangerine, but orange I think is orangey. Orange fruit. Yeah, it's orangey. Orangey.
Okay.
はい、どうぞ。
ここにオレンジがあります。
Perfect. ここにオレンジがあります。Rob, do you have something dangerous and sharp with you?
I don't actually.
Only my wit.
Forgot that.
What is it, Rob? I can't see. Is it a pen?
Some would arrive. No, some drive. Some would arrive.
Oh, right. So I guess stick drive or something.
Stick.
Yeah.
Okay. Stick drive.
どうぞ。
ここに stick drive があります。
Perfect. ここに stick drive があります。Kim, do you want to grab something? In fact, Kim, I'll give you something a little bit more challenging because no. I know that I know that you can make the sentence easy. So let's change it, Kim, to something which is separate to both of us. So look out your window. Is there a tree out there? Okay, so can you say over there, away from both of us, there is a tree?
I don't know how tree is.
E.
E?
E. Yeah. E.
With a single E.
Yes.
Okay. あそこに E があります。
Not E, key. Key.
Key.
Yeah.
Key があります。
Perfect. あそこに key があります。Good. And Beatrice, do you have something which is visible to you but not right next to you?
はい。
はい、どうぞ。
あそこに車があります。
Okay, good. So there's a car. あそこに車があります。Excellent. Good. Well done, guys. Okay, wow, we're shooting through this lesson really quick. And we'll soon stop progress next week when we do the imperative. Stefan, どうぞ。
So just on this particular sentence structure, そこに ND のところがあります。We can also say the ga can be pronounced wa, right?
Yeah, right. So, right.
Or not.
No, it can. It's just. Yeah, we're
I'm
on that part, aren't we? Okay.
I'm always using gas, but, and so
yeah.
Can it get confusing for Japanese if we don't put the verb right away because we're thinking, but if we say ga, then they might expect a but.
Okay, so let's look at the difference between wa and ga. And only this week in our advanced class, Tom de Boom presented a whole section on particles. And he explained the difference between wa and ga. So even to the advanced class, it's still quite difficult, really. And then I had to go away and start to think about how do we actually separate wa and ga. And even Jock had problems trying to make a consistent rule. So I'm going to try my best to explain the difference between wa and ga. So the first thing we need to do is don't worry too much about the English grammar. I'm going to use some words which are going to act as labels. Don't worry too much about the exact meaning of them, though. So you're probably aware that the words topic and subject kind of mean the same thing, right? In English, topic and subject kind of means the same thing. But in grammar, we're going to give these some proper definitions. Topic is the main theme, scenario, setting, etc. And subject we will define as the thing doing the verb. Okay. And then finally, the object is the, sorry, it's not just thing, but also could be person doing the verb as well, of course. Yeah. And then object is the thing which the verb is doing something to. Let's do a really, yeah, all the person, yeah, yeah, good. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so far, guys. These are just labels. Don't worry about what they mean in your own languages. These are purely labels. Okay. So, for example, if I wanted to make a really full sentence, let's say, today I ate sushi. Today I ate sushi. Okay. This contains all of these three terms. So the main theme, the scenario or the setting is today. Kyō wa. And then the subject is me. Watashi ga. The object is sushi. Sushi o. And then the verb, of course, is tabemashita. I ate. So today, excuse me, I sushi ate. Okay. Topic, subject, object, verb. Okay. Now, why is today the topic and I the subject? Why aren't they the other way around? Let's see. If I said watashi wa kyō ga sushi o tabemashita, this would mean, as for me, today ate sushi. That's the main, most important rule about when to use wa and when to use ga. Okay, but this is a sentence which has all 4 terms in it. It's got the topic, the subject, the object, and the verb. Not all sentences have all 4 in there. So if I wanted to say, I am Andy, then, well, actually, what's the main theme and the subject of this sentence, Steph? Yeah, I become either the main theme or the subject. So I could say watashi wa Andy desu. Or I could say watashi ga Andy desu. These both mean the same thing. You don't have to worry about separating them out. In this case, where we don't have a separate topic to a separate subject, we can just put them together. It doesn't matter which you use. Okay, so far, guys? I think most important is to understand the difference between kyō wa watashi ga sushi o tabemashita and watashi wa kyō ga sushi o tabemashita. These are, of course, completely different things. You can't say, as for me, today ate sushi. It doesn't make any sense. You put the subject next to you mark the subject as the thing that's doing the actual verb. Any questions?
Yeah, can I just ask, can you say then, Kyo watashi ga sushi o tabemashita?
Yes, you can. So what you can do, as you just said, Rob, is you can announce the time, the date, today or yesterday, and not even mark it with a particle. You're making an announcement. You're saying, today I ate sushi. Okay. You can say this, yes. Yeah.
So you would say, watashi ga sushi, well, you wouldn't say watashi wa. That's where wa would be totally wrong.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at this, shall we?
So I am sushi. 8 or something.
Actually,
yeah.
To be honest, again, because we don't have a separate topic to
Yeah.
the subject, I get both of these mean the same thing.
But ga would be safer.
Yeah, so let's just understand why. So this one here is the best one, and this one is acceptable. But what's the difference between the two? We would usually use, if we only have one thing that we're looking at, so we've got this thing like watashi, so this can be the subject or the topic. If we use wa and mark me as the topic, it really brings your attention to the fact that it's me we're talking about. So for example, say me and Harry are eating somewhere with somebody, and somebody said, right, the waiter comes up and says, who is having the steak? Who is going to have the steak? He's brought the steak with him. I would say, watashi wa sarada o order-shimashita. I ordered salad. As for me, I ordered salad. And Harry would then say, watashi wa steiki o order-shimashita. But for me, I ordered the steak. So it brings the attention to not the verb or the object, but to the person who's doing it. So wa is used to shine a light onto the thing which is marked with wa. It emphasizes the thing which is marked with wa. So if you said watashi wa Andy des, this is fine, because that's the only purpose of the sentence, is to say, me, I am Andy. But if we want to compare two things, or want to bring emphasis that it's you who's doing it rather than somebody else, then we use wa. So guys, do you know that sentence where the emphasis on the word changes the meaning of the sentence? It's an English sentence. Can anybody remember what this is? I don't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so you know that in script, if you put italics, it emphasizes the, so for example, I walked in the garden. Okay, really simple sentence. But if I, in an English script, if I make the I in italics, it means I walked in the garden. And if I make walked into italics, it means I walked in the garden. I didn't take the train or drive or go on a tricycle. I walked in the garden. And if I make garden into italics, I walked in the garden, not the lounge or the boudoir. I walked in the garden. And this is how wa works. It emphasizes some part of the sentence to say, this is what we should be looking at. Yeah. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. But if you have a sentence where you have both topic, subject, and object, these need to be the right way around. So, for example, ima wa nihongo o watashi ga minasan ni nihongo o oshiemasu. As for now, ima wa watashi ga, me, minasan ni, to everybody, nihongo, Japanese, o oshiemasu, teaching or teach. Okay, so ima wa is now. This is the setting, the scenario. As for now, I am teaching Japanese to everybody. Honestly, if you don't understand this today, you really don't have to worry, because even the advanced group don't yet understand this completely. So just for now, if you can remember the rule that topic is wa, subject is the thing that is doing the verb. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
So so this is why we for in the watashi wa Stefan des, this is why we drop the watashi wa so that we don't put too much line on us. We just Stefan des
Exactly.
as a more subtle way.
Yes.
Would watashi ga Stefan des be an intermediate?
No, not really.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
we drop
Still,
the watashi wa or the watashi ga because it's inferred that you're talking about yourself. So if you point to yourself and say Stefan des, then it's very clear that you mean me. Yeah.
Right.
Zandy, go ahead.
Yeah, so in that sentence, ima wa watashi ga, if so that obviously that's putting the emphasis on the time, like now I'm teaching.
Right. Yes.
So if the emphasis was on you doing teaching specifically, not so much the time, would you change that to ima watashi wa?
Yes.
And that it's more important that you're teaching it as opposed to somebody else. Or?
Correct. Yeah. So I would perhaps drop the wa off of ima and just make this a general announcement of time. Ima, pause, comma, watashi wa minasan ni nihongo o oshimasu. Yes, this does give a little bit more emphasis to the fact that it's me who's doing it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Andy.
Isa, go ahead. Go ahead.
And if you want to say, I teach Japanese. I don't teach English.
Okay, good. Yeah. So watashi ga nihongo. Actually, if we're now trying to bring the object of the verb and put this into the spotlight, we actually have to change the entire sentence structure, I'm afraid. We have to say, the thing that I am teaching is Japanese. So we say, oshieru mono, the thing that I'm teaching, wa nihongo desu. So we have to slightly rearrange the sentence. Yeah. Let me give you another really brief example, guys, before we move on. Do you remember earlier I said that if you said arimasu, this means I have as well as there is. Watashi wa keitai ga arimasu. Let's look at this sentence very quickly. Let's put it at the bottom here. Watashi wa keitai ga arimasu. This means, as for me, I have a telephone. But if you couldn't write keitai wa watashi ga arimasu. Firstly, you can't write watashi and arimasu together because I am living, so I can't use arimasu. But even if I did, this means as for the phone, it has me. It means something different, of course. So it's watashi wa keitai ga arimasu. Yeah. How about we're jumping ahead a long way, but if I wanted to say I like sushi, I would just use the word ski to mean likable. I would say watashi wa sushi ga suki desu. So ski means likable. As for me, sushi is likable. This is where I've got wa for me, sushi ga suki desu. Yeah. All good? Any problems, guys? Excellent. Okay. Wow, we've gobbled up some time. Good. Let's do. Okay. So, guys, what I'm going to do now is, I know that we've only gone through ikimasu, ikimasen, ikimashita, ikimasen deshita, but I want to now just at least give you a preview of next week's class, because I think if we're going to climb a mountain, then we should do it in the morning of the day and not leave it until the evening of the day. So we're going to start off next week with the hardest part of Japanese, the most difficult verb conjugation that exists.
I correct you. When you climb Mount Fuji, you climb it at night, so you see it. Sorry.
Fuji's not a mountain, it's a hill, damn it. There's a path walking up to the top with paving stones on it. That's no mountain.
Not only that, it's 3 hills.
True, yeah. Okay, so if you guys don't understand this today, it doesn't matter. I don't want you to remember this next week's subject. I just want you to see it so you know whether or not to come back next week. Okay.
It's empty Zoom room. What did I say?
Okay, we won't do it then. Okay. Right. So let me share the screen with you. Give me a second. Okay, so we've got this horrible word imperative, but actually I don't really want us to remember this as being the imperative at the moment. There is a type of verb conjugation called the te form, and we use the te form in almost every sentence that we make. We use it for joining verbs together. We use it for asking requests. We use it for giving demands, for making commands. We use it for creating the present continuous tense, like I am eating now, not I eat, but I am eating. We use it all the time. So it's important to start exposing yourself to fear right now. So the imperative form is the te form. Now let's start with the easiest ones first. For the group 2 verbs, which are the easy ones, we remove the ru, or if we've already made it mas, like tabemas, we remove the mas and simply add te. So tabemas becomes tabete. Mimas becomes mite. So what does this mean? If I want to say, please eat, the word please give me, is kudasai. Kudasai. I'm sure you've all heard this before. Or you can say onegai shimasu. Onegai shimasu. So I would say tabete kudasai. Tabete kudasai, or tabete onegai shimasu. So Tombo, do you have anything edible in your surroundings?
Excuse me?
Do you have anything edible in your surroundings, like a biscuit or something?
Not really.
No?
No.
A small scrap of wurst, or a small sausage or something?
Give me a second.
Okay. What is it? A
Köttbullar.
Is that what German people eat? It looks like a rock.
Beef.
Beef. Oh, okay.
Beefsteak.
Ah, okay. So, Tombo, how would you say to me, please eat this?
Tabete kudasai.
Good. This means just please eat. Tabete kudasai. And then if you wanted to say please eat this, then the word this, do you remember what this was? This.
Watashi wa tabete kudasai.
Ah, no, this means please eat me. I don't think I could do that in one setting. I'd have to have a few meals, Tombo. Maybe over the space of 2 days I could do it, but not in one setting.
Okay. I'm not sure.
So this is kore. Kore.
Kore wa tabete kudasai.
Okay. And then to mark the object that we are doing the verb to, we use o, not wa, but o. So kore o tabete kudasai.
Kore o tabete kudasai.
Excellent. Kore o tabete kudasai. Good. Okay, guys. Kore o tabete kudasai. Okay, Norbert, doesn't have to be something edible, just something around you can just point towards. Okay, so I'd like you to say, please look at this. Please look at this. Go ahead.
How can I say look?
It's on the screen. It's mimas.
Mimas. Mite. Kore pen. Des.
Okay, so we have to come away from some of the sentences we did before. So kono pen would be at the beginning. This is the object of the sentence, kono pen, and we mark it with o, kono pen o. And then the verb, just the same with all sentences, the verb goes at the end. So, kono pen o.
Mite.
Good. And then please. Kudasai.
Kudasai.
Yeah. Okay. One more time.
Kono pen o.
Good.
Mite kudasai.
Perfect. Kono pen o mite kudasai. Good. Gilles, yeah, Steph, go ahead.
Yeah. Why is in this case kudasai allowed to be after the verb?
Because actually, kudasai is a verb. Doesn't look like one. Let me just put this on the screen a second.
Of course it is.
Sorry, share screen. So let's do kore o tabete kudasai. Please eat this. Okay. So what we did before, what Tombo said was kore o tabete kudasai. Now this is shorthand for kore o tabete kudasai mas. And then what we should really do is make it a question. Kudasaimasu ka? Will you eat this for me? So we've got the verb in the te form, and this is actually being used as a joiner to another verb. So this is why this is why te is used both as a imperative to ask requests or give commands, but also to join verbs together. Yeah.
Andy, so the Japanese sort of just abbreviate everything down. They say tabete. They wouldn't say
for sure. Yeah, so this can just be more like a command or a less formal, less polite request. Just say kore o tabete. So exactly, you can use the te form purely as a command. So, for example, even like honto ni kamae. You can say honto ni kamaete, which means get into posture.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But so you probably recognize this sentence a bit better. Onegai shimasu. Kore o tabete onegai shimasu. So here we have a mas at the end. So this is clearly a verb. Yeah. But saying kore o tabete kudasaimasu ka is really long. So this is abbreviated to kore o tabete kudasai. This is still polite. It's just standard politeness. Yeah. Okay. Gilles, do you have,
Andy?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah. So I think it's possibly because in English we say look at, and I would incline to use say de rather than oh. Is that wrong in Japanese or is it okay?
So, right, good question. If you want to say, please look at this, then you can say this in two ways. If you're looking, if you're pointing at the thing you want somebody to look at, like this, then this would be kore o mite kudasai. Please look on this, or please look regarding this, kudasai. If you are pointing off into the distance and say, please look at that, then you're actually providing a direction rather than an object to which you're pointing at. So you would say, asoko ni mite kudasai. So please look in that direction. So this is a direction marker here in this case. If you said koko de mite kudasai, this is using de as the location where you have to carry out the verb. So it means stand here and look. Which is obviously, so you could say koko de asoko no ki o mite kudasai. Please stand here and look at that tree. So we're giving asoko de as the location where you are doing the verb at, and the o as marking the thing that you're looking towards. Yeah. Good question there. Okay. Any other questions, guys? We're going to finish in about 10 minutes. We'll do one run through with this form and then we'll finish for today. Gilles, do you have something that you can hold for me, please?
It's a ball.
A ball. Okay. So do you remember the word hold in Japanese?
Hold.
We did it earlier. Yeah.
Maybe it's motsu.
Motsu, exactly. So to make the te form of motsu, this is actually a group 1 verb. It's a little bit more tricky, but it's motte. Motte. Yeah. So how would you say, please hold this?
Motte kudasai.
Yeah. And then this as well, kore. So
Kore o motte kudasai.
perfect. Kore o motte kudasai. Good. Excellent. Nathan, do you have something? Edible, drinkable, or holdable? Ah, good. Okay. So this is the Japanese for to drink is also, unfortunately, a group 1 verb. So it's a little bit more tricky. But nomu becomes, do you know what this is, Nathan, by any chance? In the te form?
Does it just become like nomute or something?
No. So we'll do group 1s next week, but it's non-de. Non-de.
Non-de.
Yeah. So how would you say, please drink this?
Kore wo nomde kudasai.
Excellent. Kore o nomde kudasai. Good. Good. Guys, I can hear some of you are muted and you're saying the sentence out. So can you please all do this? Can you please all say the answer yourselves? This is much better than just kind of having it rolling around in your head. Yeah. Steph, do you have something edible, shaggable, drinkable?
I'll eat my finger.
How about your glasses? I'd say, actually, Steph, what about, this is one that I think most of you will have heard before. How would you say, please wait? Please wait.
Mate kudasai.
Mate kudasai. So exactly. Matsu means to wait. So this becomes mate kudasai. Good. Rob Scapini.
Hi.
Do you have something that you can actually, Rob, I'll tell you what, let's do something different. Let's use, please say to me, please go to London tomorrow.
明日ロンドンに行きます。行きてお願いしました。
So Rob, do you remember that iku was an exception in the group 1s? Yeah, go on, that's it, you've got it.
明日ロンドンに行ってください。
Perfect. 明日ロンドンに行ってください。Roberto, how would you say, please speak in Japanese? Please speak in Japanese. This is also group 1, so we've already jumped off of group 2, but let's see. Yeah.
日本語を話して。
No, it's 話して
ください。
Perfect.
日本語を話してください。
Perfect. 日本語を話してください. Good. Thanks, Roberto. Zandy, how would you say, please cut?
It's cut. I'm trying to think of
the name of most seitei kata finishes with the word cut. As does, what's this action called?
God, I'm brain dead. Sorry, I'm thinking of kimeru at the moment. So
yeah, it's not that. What's this cut called at the end in number 1?
I don't know.
What? What's this called in kendo?
No. No, I'm not. Sorry.
It's
no.
kiru.
Kiru.
Yeah. So sampo giri and shiho giri and so giri. This giri is kiru at the end. And so this is called kiriroshi, ne? Kiriroshi. Kiriroshi, kiri.
Okay, so kiru is to cut, and oh god. So please cut would be
this becomes kite.
Kite.
Kite. Yeah.
Kite.
Yeah.
Which sounds a little bit like listen.
So, oh, good. So listen is kite, and cut is kite.
So that's K-I-T-E, and kite to listen is
K-I-I-T-E.
Oh, K-I-I-T.
And Zandy, to cut, the imperative is K-I-T-T-E.
T-T-E.
Yes,
oh.
It's a double consonant.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. So please cut. Kite kudasai.
Perfect. Kite kudasai. Good. Balint, how about so this is going to be a little bit confusing, but I'd like to go back to group 2 verbs. The verb to wear something like a jacket or a shirt. Actually, I'm sure you already know this verb. I'm sure you do, for 2 reasons. So, what is the name of traditional Japanese clothing called? What's the name of the big Japanese thing that people put on?
Kimono. The kimono.
Kimono. Right. So the first syllable is ki, and this is actually the word to wear. Mono means thing, so kimono means worn things. It's a group 2 verb, so it finishes with ru, so it's kiru. Same sounding infinitive as to cut, actually, but it's a group 2 verb, so kiru. So how would you say, please wear this? Please wear this.
So the where is, sorry, just going back. So the where was key, the same key or the
it's
right?
It's kiru, but to change
Kiru.
it into the te form, we simply remove the ru and put
ru. Yeah, key.
On the end.
Just simply, sorry, just simply kite kudasai.
Perfect. Kite kudasai. And how would you say, please wear this?
This is this was I forgot what was this.
Kore.
Yeah, yes. Kore kite kudasai.
Okay, so remember we have to have a particle after kore.
Kore ga.
I know, so I'm the person who's doing it, so it'll be anata ga, but kore o, so o blocks the object. Kore o, and then the rest of the sentence, please.
Kore o kite kudasai.
Perfect. Kore o kite kudasai. Excellent. Sam.
So, Andy,
yeah,
just to make sure. So we have kite, which is wear, kite, double T, which is to cut, and kite, which is listen.
Yeah, we'll do group 1 verbs next week properly, because there are some difficult rules we have to remember, and this is the hardest part of Japanese, is remembering these rules. But kiru in group 1 means to cut, so this becomes kite. Kiru in group 2 means to wear, and this becomes simply kite. And confusingly, kuru in group 3 means to come, is also kite. And then to listen is kiku, which is group 1. That means to listen, and that becomes, that becomes kite. I mean, most Japanese people will understand which of these you mean, even if you mispronounce them by the context. They will understand. If you said,
if you say, listen, come and cut what I'm wearing now.
Exactly. Kore o kitte kudasai. Then they're not going to come with a pair of scissors and start cutting it up. They will put it on. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. And we can worry about group 1 verbs next week.
What if you said, come and listen to me cutting what you wear?
Okay, as we're reaching the end,
I want you to write that sentence for me, please.
Can you come and listen to me cutting what you're wearing?
Yeah.
ここに来ているものを着ているのを聞いてください。
Nobody would know what that means.
If you say it, they would.
That's just gobbledygook, surely.
ここに来てるものを着ているのを聞いてください。They would understand.
That's a good tongue twister.
Okay, guys. I think we should finish now because we've kind of reached the end of time. So,
well, you did my answer anyway. All I was going to say was Kori wo kite kudasai.
Oh, good. Okay, excellent. Good. Right. Okay. If you've picked up, one, then this is fine. We will do these much more.
Question.
Yeah, go ahead.
If kite was cut, what is kimeru? Kimeru.
To decide. To decide. Kimeru.
Okay.
To decide. Yeah. So kime means a point of decisiveness. Like at the end of a cut. Kime. Means
point of decisive. Oh, because I understood it as meaning to cut. This is going back to a kendo lesson from 30 years ago in Japan. Misinterpreted. So that is a decisive moment.
Yes.
Kimeru.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, for example, in kendo, you don't cut through, do you? You cut at. This is what they mean by kime.
No, this was the lesson.
Oh.
Kimeru. So the utsu was the point of strike. And the kimeru, which I took as meaning slice or cut, but that's the decisive point. So the teacher was saying cut on you strike and then, so it's utsu, then kimeru.
Yeah, so this means don't do this. Don't bounce. Cut and show decisiveness.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's very good because
thanks. Come back for next week's kendo class, Sandy.
Yeah, well, it was last week's kendo class referring to 30 years ago, and okay.
You better go back to that class and tell them you told them something wrong.
Well, actually, it was the same, but I was using the word slightly differently. I think that is the, in terms of kendo, that is the winning. That is the.
Yeah, you're showing.
You're putting the sword there. It's the same in EI. You're putting the sword there, but until you actually make the decisive action of cutting, it's okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Next week I'm teaching Lao Ga Kung Fu, by the way. Stefan, do you have a question?
Yeah, just a small pronunciation question. You making sure I heard correctly. You always say des, but the masu form is mas.
Good. Right.
Or Z.
Yeah, good point. Right, let's just quickly. I'm going to get rid of this, guys, because it's not actually important for this week. This was a kind of extra bonus episode. So depends on your own personal pronunciation. Some people make this sound like des, rather than desu. If you said desu, this is fine. Desu, it's the same. Some people also drop the u sound at the end, so it becomes des or des. This is also fine. This is understood. And then for mas, ikimasu. So this can be pronounced as ikimasu. You don't have to make the last sound, or you can pronounce it exactly as ikimasu. This actually gives it some sense of certainty if you say ikimasu rather than just saying ikimasu. Ikimasu means I'll go. Ikimasu means I will definitely go. Yeah, but there isn't a kind of z. There's no ikimasu. It's just ikimasu. Yeah. Okay, guys. Any more questions about today's lesson, not including the te form stuff? Anything about the past tense and the formation of the mass form?
I just have one if I can.
Sure.
Because you confused me with the big long one. Iru is something that's animate.
Yeah.
It's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would always say whatever, iru. So nukete iru or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why you add iru going through that sentence.
Ah, right. Yeah. So this means this is the present continuous tense, isn't it? Which means I am doing this. So I am cutting becomes kite imasu. I am cutting. This means right now I'm doing something. This is the present continuous tense. Oops. Oliverio, dozo.
Yes, we had a sentence before about there's a tree over there, and the translation was asoko ni ki ga arimasu. But arimasu is applied only to inanimate, or
right, yeah. So plants don't count as living things to Japanese people.
Okay, thank you.
So it's literally. I mean, if you're a biologist, this is your nightmare, because where do you draw the line between animate and inanimate? So strawberries are also arimasu.
Okay.
What about Chinese?
Do you mean the food or the people?
The people.
Yes, that's a problem. Yeah. It's imas is applied to people and animals and animalcules. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Any problems? Everybody happy? Excellent. Okay, thank you for today, guys.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you next week. I'll get this video uploaded pretty soon. Please help yourself to the slides. Look through the slides again before next week if you could. And look through the Facebook group. There's so much interesting documents that have been posted up there, which are good even for your level, guys. By all means, have a look. There's some really good, useful stuff written by the other guys or taken off of the websites. Yeah. Cool. Arigatou gozaimashita. Mata ne. Arigatou. Otsukaresama deshita.
Bye.
Mata raishu.
Tadaishu.
Mata raishu.